against a people in the earth. It says they have taken crafty counsel against thy people. Read.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have consulted against thy hidden ones. Who are the hidden ones? The children of Israel. What's hidden from them? Their identity. Their identity. So they have conspired against the people who have no idea where they come from or who they are. Read.
Verse 4. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation.
This is the conspiracy. We like to talk about conspiracies. Here's the conspiracy. Read it again.
They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation.
They all came together and said, let us cut them off from being a nationality. We have to make them think that their nationality or nation does not matter. Because if they understand that they are a nation, they will join together. They will understand that they have the same plight. They would join together and understand that they have been oppressed all over the earth by the Gentiles. If they know that they're Israel, they can identify the enemies of their nation if they can first identify their nation. Read.
They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Read that again.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
That the name of Israel be no more in remembrance. So they conspired together in their meetings with an orchestrated effort to make sure through their schools, their religious institutions, and through normal society, the children will never realize that their forefathers come from the seed of Israel. Now, if you do this for 100 years, 200 years, 300 years, 500 years, you understand? If you do this through the ages, the children of Israel will grow up and say, well, I don't know who I am. It doesn't matter. I done mixed with all the people. Everyone's the same. God loves everybody. We're fine. And then, on the other hand, you have those who didn't lose their history. Use their religions and their history and their institutions to have power over the slaves. You have power over the slaves, you get slave labor. Now you have a capitalistic society that's thriving and getting fiscally empowered off of the ignorant children of Israel. You understand? That's how you build a capitalistic society. By making people think that you are a vibrant part of society when you're nothing more than a slave. That's what you are. Right? So they said, let's cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance. And then if you wait 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 years, you can have another guy just pop up out of nowhere and say, you know what? We're Israel. We're the only people that's still keeping the laws according to what this world think the laws are, according to God. We're Jewish. We want a land. I mean, there's nobody else claiming it. Why can't we claim it? Because of the conspiracy. Psalms 83. That's why we can't claim it. We have no idea that the land belongs to us. So now the Gentiles have overran the land. Thousands of years later, hundreds of years later, they pop up and say, you know what? We need our land back. Now, who can go against them? Who can oppose them? Who can bring an alternative idea and say, you know what, that land belongs to us? We can't, because we are the product of the conspiracy. We have no idea that the land belongs to us. We didn't know there was money somewhere for land. We thought we came from Africa. That's what they told us. Yo, you see this now? And I'm saying this because some people might claim, well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you are or where you came from. That's ridiculous. It didn't matter. Because these guys were able to get the land, they got monetary resources, they got earth resources, they got UN backing, they got banks, they got everything, they got reparations. So something comes with knowing who you are. Don't tell me it doesn't matter when someone else claims to be a Jew and gets everything. Okay? That's backwards. How can they just stake a claim to a land and then tell the slaves, the people that are actually living the curses, it doesn't matter? And then you have the black empowerment movement, which is actually in the way, because they're asking for reparations, and they don't realize that the Jewish people received their reparations. They're asking for African empowerment reparations without going to the source of those that took their reparations. And that leads us back to Farrakhan. He had an opportunity, since he's talking about reparations and cotton, to tell the Jewish people that they are not Esau but Jacob, and they should not be in the land. That was his opportunity to stand and say, listen, the land you in belongs to us. So what you receive really belongs to us. If he was really talking about black empowerment. Read that again.
Psalms chapter 83 verse 4. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
They wanted to make sure that our children would forget the name of Israel, so that they could stake claim to the name. Now, why are the other nations mum about the Jewish people? They didn't lose their history. Why are the other nations not standing up and saying, listen, I know you people are not the people. Why? They conspired together. If they come out against them, then what happens? Then everything falls apart. So everyone had to have a hand in our captivity. They say, listen, we'll let you get the land, but when you set up the land, you must give us an opportunity to come through and rape and destroy these people the way you're doing. So in every country, you have to set us up every other block in the neighborhoods so that we can make money off of our religion and our products in the slave territories. You see that? Every place the children of Israel are, between a 2-block radius, you have how many stores? How many are owned by the people that live in the area? Think about it. So they all came together with one agenda, one idea, and say, listen, we'll be quiet about you Jewish people, but y'all have to make sure you cut a piece for me. Hence, the UN. They all in it together. And what people are being left out? The slaves. Okay? Read.
Psalms chapter 83 verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent.
They came together under one consent, under an agreement. Go ahead.
They are confederate against me.
And they are a confederate against God's people. We mentioned that in the conference. Don't think that these governments in the earth are for you. They sit in these private councils and find new ways to rape and destroy you and pillage you. Because they figure that's what you're here for. You was God's people. You had your opportunity. Now look at you. The last thing they want to see is you get your glory and your God back. Because where does that leave them? We must change places now. You can't have two empires ruling the same time. And that takes us back to the struggle of Jacob and Esau. They was fighting for a birthright. You can't have two rulers at one time. When Esau was down, we were up. Period. When we fell, Esau came up. Read.
Verse 6. The tabernacles of Edom.
The first person they named, the first people they named who conspired against Israel is Edom. That's the first person they named. Is Edom. Now we know Edom is right now the so-called European race. Of course there's Israel scattered amongst them that look no different than them. That's why you just can't judge somebody off of physical appearance. But the majority of, especially